Hello guys, my name is Ethan Powers and today I'm going to be doing a podcast about the Robert F. Stevens District Courthouse. The center of law and order, the judge, jury, and the executioner. These are all the roles played by the courtroom. The courtroom is a place where you are judged by your actions. It is a place to make sure that justice is served and order is maintained. But what really goes on behind the curtain? How did this all become as it is today? The purpose of this information is to help us have a better understanding of the courtroom and how it flows. The district court's purpose is to settle financial disagreements and lawsuits today. But where did it all start? Was it always this way? I want to know the origin of our local district courthouse, the way the system and responsibilities have changed, who Robert F. Stevens is, what major cases they have dealt with, and whether or not there was a dark side of the courthouse. This knowledge will give us a clear image of the court's origin. Two of my sources include a journal entry called Courthouse Construction in the Commonwealth. It's all about the construction of the Robert F. Stevens District Courthouse. And also a website article named Southern District of New York 225th Anniversary, talking about the first courthouse created in the United States. Robert F. Stevens, the man the district courthouse is named after, was a very successful man in his law career. The journal entry titled Courthouse Construction in the Commonwealth by John D. Minton Jr. in 2013 states that in the 1940s and 1950s, the Kentucky courthouses were decaying and were a health and safety hazard to all those who entered the courthouse. In 1974, the Kentucky General Assembly reformed the court systems by passing the Judicial Article. This was hard to accomplish due to the fact that at the time, all 120 counties had their own court systems, which led to overlapping jurisdictions and uneven justice across the Commonwealth. Due to independent court systems, each county was responsible for construction and maintenance of their courtrooms. This inevitably led to the General Assembly passing the Court Facilities Act, which created a partnership between all local governments and the Court of Justice. This means the supervision of all court facilities became the responsibility of the Chief Justice to overwatch the construction, renovation, and maintenance of court facilities. In 1990, under the leadership of Robert F. Stevens as Chief Justice, a program was created to improve courthouse conditions. Chief Justice Stevens also pushed for the AOC to have more control over the standards of the Kentucky courthouses because it would lead to better long-term planning. All these plans set in motion the construction of the Robert F. Stevens District Courthouse as it is today, better and more efficient than the ones back in the days of old. Due to Robert F. Stevens being the driving force behind the entire remodeling of Kentucky's court systems, Lexington named an entire court plaza, including the district and circuit courts, after him, replacing the old name Fayette County District Courthouse. According to the article named Southern District of New York 225th Anniversary, written by Deborah Botts and Cameron Castell, the first district courthouse in the United States under the new Constitution was the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. The article states that the courthouse celebrated their 225th anniversary of their first session in November of 1789. And it was the first sitting of any court under the new Constitution and was before any sitting of the Supreme Court by several months. The court is said to have dealt with many historic cases, such as Benedict Arnold, the Spy Master, and the duel between Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. Many judges of the District Court for the Southern District of New York went on to serve many other important positions, such as a judge on the Supreme Court, Secretary of War, Attorney General, and even the Director of the FBI. Also, Deborah Botts says that many of the judges have had distinguished military careers and achievements. Many of the cases that the judges had to deal with ranged from prize cases to prohibition and now to today's terrorism cases. The matters they usually deal with are the matters that are on the minds of the people they've vowed to serve and protect, like cases dealing with civil rights, labor laws, environmental laws, and copyright laws. This reveals that the authority and purpose of district courthouses have changed drastically, from being the superior authority that deals with all law cases to today where they have been drastically downgraded to only handling financial cases and lawsuits. So, back in the day, district courthouses had the responsibility of major cases, ranging from murder to treason. But today, they only handle cases that include financial disagreements and lawsuits between two different parties. I wonder why they replaced the authority of the district courthouse with the United States Supreme Court. Also, the term district judges serve has changed from 14 years or longer to a limited term of 4 years. District judges also used to be appointed to their positions by the Commander-in-Chief, but now they are elected individually by their home state. Why do they separate the court systems to make different courts with different responsibilities? This is all relevant to the Robert F. Stevens District Courthouse because it was all a part of this. Due to the fact that all this describes what a district courthouse used to be like and shows that things have changed drastically. We are now able to visualize the Robert F. Stevens District Courthouse's origin. It was once a court that was a very powerful court, to now just a court that deals with financial disagreements. According to the online article written by Deborah Botts, the reason to celebrate the past is to provide teaching moments to see how justice has served us throughout history. But it also gives us a feel of how things used to be, and gives us a chance to be able to explain why these changes happened. Also, this knowledge of the past will give us a better understanding of how the court operates and where it comes from. It is a responsibility of the public to better understand its law enforcement so that we may not be taken advantage of and be able to balance the powers of such superior authorities, such as the courthouses. Overall, the reason we need to learn history is to make sure we learn from our previous experiences and don't make the same mistakes again.